Good morning, family. Welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Sunday, September the 6th, 2009, and today we're reading 1 Chronicles Chapter 4. And as always, before I begin, I encourage you to read Chapter 2 for yourself. See what you get from it. Email us and we'll put on the blog. But we see here in this chapter, it speaks of a certain man by the name of Jabez. And it says, starts off by saying he was more honorable than his brethren. But you see a communication, he prays to the Lord, and the Lord answers his request. But in his prayer, you see a couple of different things. That he asks for the Lord to bless him and to enlarge his territory, and that the Lord would be with him, and that he would keep him from evil so it would not grieve him. And a couple of things I just want to bring up for Lessons for Life, even just looking at his prayer, because his prayer obviously something was right with his prayer, because the Lord honored his prayer and he granted him his request. But he asked him to bless him and to enlarge his territory. Now, he didn't stop there, just saying like, Lord, just do this for me. But he says, Lord, to be with him. And as I read it, I'm taking it as he's not just sitting back waiting for the Lord to just do this for him, but he's asking and taking it further and saying, well, Lord, be with me as I go through whatever I'm going to go through in order to get that blessing that I'm looking for, or to get that enlarged territory. Because he couldn't just sit back and just wait for the territory to be enlarged, but he had to go forth and do something in order to enlarge his territory. So now that next part of his prayer is important, where he's asking the Lord to be with him, and also to keep him from evil. Because even as we've been reading before, we saw many of the kings have turned to evil ways. After they maybe get power or they get certain things, then they start changing some of the things they're doing. They're looking to another gods and doing things not according to the word of the Lord. So that was another important part of his prayer, that he was to be kept from evil, or from doing anything evil, so it wouldn't turn out to be grievous for him, so he wouldn't have to be suffer for disobedience and then have to go through the punishment and suffer through the punishment. So those were a couple of things I saw as I was reading through, and I was looking at how Jabez spoke. And you can look even further, but obviously there was something in that prayer that was right, because the Lord honored his request. And this is really one of the first mentions that we hear of Jabez, and all it said was that he was more honorable than his brethren. So that's something that stood out to me. I want to share for Lessons for Life. With that, create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we'll talk again tomorrow.